Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Decode. In this video guys, we are gonna learn something new, something different. In this video guys, we are gonna learn something new in Vue.js. Okay, so in this video guys, we are gonna learn Vue.js v4 directive, and using v4 directive guys, we are gonna build some small applications. Okay, like we will be adding some string or something in the array, and then we will delete from the array also. Okay, using v4 directive in Vue.js. Okay, so to show you guys, I have already built an example using HTML, CSS and Vue.js. Okay, so let me show you example guys, what I mean and what we are going to learn in this video. Okay, so it's a humble request guys, just be here and watch the entire video, because after watching this video guys, I don't think you don't you have to go somewhere else to learn what is v4 directive. Okay, because I have already built already make one video on v4 directives in Vue.js. Okay, if you have not watched my previous video on v4 directive, then I would like to request you, or I would like to recommend you guys, please first go and watch my previous video on v4 directive in Vue.js. Okay, but now I am assuming that you have already watched my video v4 directive. Okay, so now we are gonna learn something new, something advanced using v4 directive in Vue.js. Okay, so now let me go to the example to show you what I mean. So this is the example guys, I have built using HTML, CSS and Vue.js. Okay, as you can see here, there is one input box and there is one button. Okay, as of now the button is disabled. Okay, the button will be enabled only when you are going to insert, or you are going to put something in the input field. Okay, or in the input box, and the length of the string should be 5. Okay, so let me put something. See, the length of the string is still 4. As soon as I will press another Y, the button will be enabled. See, okay, so now let me click enter. As you can see guys, I can insert something in the array by pressing enter alt also. Now let me click on the button. Okay, so as you can see guys, both the things are working. Input box is also working and this button is also working. Okay, so in this video guys, we are going to learn how to make this kind of application using v4 directive in Vue.js. Okay, so now let's go to the code and let's learn it. Okay, but before starting of the video guys, I would like to request you all, please guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel Decode, and please guys press the bell icon also, so that whenever I will upload an awesome video like this, you will be notified and you can watch them instantly and you can learn from them also. Okay, and if you like this video guys, please give it a thumbs up, and please guys like all my videos, so that it will give me the confidence, it will give me the motivation to make awesome videos on each and every topic of web development and web designing. Okay, as you all know guys, I have already started tutorials on ServiceNow also. So if you want to learn what is ServiceNow, if you want to learn what is ServiceNow, and if you want to become a ServiceNow developer, and if you wanted to grow in your career as well, then this is the good channel guys to subscribe. Okay, because here I will start tutorials on ServiceNow also. As you can see, I have already made 5-6 videos on ServiceNow as well. Okay, so please guys, whole and soul, I am requesting you all, this is the good channel to subscribe if you wanted to become master in ServiceNow as well, if you wanted to become master in Vue.js, and if you wanted to become a full stack developer also. Okay, so please subscribe to this channel Decode. Okay, and please press the bell icon also. So now let's get started and let's learn how to make this kind of application using HTML, CSS and Vue.js using v4 directive. Okay, as you can see guys, whenever I am pressing something, you know, the background of this text is changed. Okay, so now the background will be little green, orange. See, the background is being changed. Okay, see, the background is being changed. So we will learn guys in this video how to make this kind of application using HTML, CSS and v4 directive in Vue.js. Okay, so now let's get started and let's learn it. So now let me go to the code editor. Let me create a new page. Give v4 directive .html. Okay, save it now. Code with er Prabhat Pandit. Okay, so now let me copy the bootstrap file link, paste it here. Let me copy the link for Vue.js also. Okay, so this is the link for Vue.js. Paste it here. So now let me create first a script tag. Okay, so first of all create a div, give it a class as container and give margin top also 5 and close this div now. Okay, so now we have to mount this div to our Vue.js instance. Okay, so now just create it first. Give const application equal to Vue.create app. Okay, so now we will create data property and it will return, okay, value or properties. Okay, so now it's done. So now we will mount this Vue.js instance to our this div. Okay, so to mount guys, what we do dot mount and we will pass id of the parent div. So this is the id. So now I am gonna paste this id here. Okay, so now this div is mounted with this Vue.js instance. Okay, so now we all know guys what we do. If it is working fine or not, we do some simple application using double curly braces. Okay, so double curly braces, input 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, ideally what we will get guys, we will get 12. Okay, if everything is working fine, if this Vue.js is if this Vue.js is mounted with this div, then we will see 12 as a result. Okay, or as an answer. So copy the file path, go to the browser and paste it here. Okay, so now we are getting 12. So our div is mounted with the Vue.js instance. Okay, so now we are ready to write our code in Vue.js. Okay, so now first let me create some variable here. So I am going to create a title, learn coding with er Prabhat Pandit. As you all know guys, my name is Prabhat Pandit and I am a software developer. I am working at Happiest Minds Technology, Bengaluru as a ServiceNow developer. Okay, so now what we will do, we will paste it here. So create a div, give it a class as give text center, and close this div first, and inside this div I'm gonna create h1 element. So inside the h1 element, guys, I'm gonna put double curly braces, and I'm gonna put this variable name here. Okay, so give class also as text center and as text info. So now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Okay, so now we are able to see our text learn coding with ER Prabhat Pandit. Okay, so now let's go back to the code. So now, guys, we will create some more variable or data in our view.js instance. Okay, so now we will create items also. As of now, this will be empty array, and I will create one more variable, new item, and as of now this will be empty string. Okay, so now we are gonna create div below this div. So create div, give it a class as flex. Okay, and give add item form and give width 50%. This is the bootstrap predefined classes. Okay, guys, so now give max auto to make this div in the center of the screen or the body. Close this div now, and inside this div, guys, I'm gonna create input field. So input, give type as a text. Okay, or we can define this type also, guys, here. Okay, so give type also. Okay, so now we have to define this type as a type text. Okay, so as text. Okay, so now we will use, actually, guys, this colon is known as shorthand property or shorthand value for vbind. Okay, so now we can also use vbind also here, vbind. Okay, so now give vmodel also. Vmodel is used, guys, for two-way data binding. Okay, from input field to this text and from this text to this input field. Okay, so give vmodel as a new item. Okay, so now, guys, this input field is mounted with this new item. Okay, and this new item is mounted with this input field. Okay, that's why we use vmodel for the purpose of two-way data binding. Okay, so give class as form control and give mb2 and give placeholder also as add item to the list. Okay, add item to the list. Okay, so now first of all, save your code, go to the browser and see the output. input field is here. Now we will create our button. Let me show you guys one more thing. What I said, this new item is mounted with this input field, okay, and this input field is mounted with the new item, okay. So let me put something here in the new item. Save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. See, we got it here, guys. Okay, so now let me show you one more thing. Let me just copy this and put double curly braces and put new item. Save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Now put something. See, it is updating, okay. So Vue.js is very reactive, guys, okay. It will update each and everything on the fly. See, it's working fine. So now this input field is mounted very successfully. So first delete this. So save your code. Now refresh the page first. Now we will create a button below this. So we don't need this, just let it be here, guys. We will be able to see what we are typing, okay. Or let it be here, guys. Later we can delete it, no worries. So create a button, close this button first, and inside this button, guys, I'm gonna put text as a save item, okay. Save item. So now I'm gonna use vbind attribute to bind something to this button, okay. So vbind, we will use disabled, and we will use this item dot length, okay, dot length is less than 5, okay. So it is saying, guys, if this input field, okay, this input field will be the decider for this button to be disabled or to be enabled, okay. So whenever a user will type something in this input field, okay, and the string length should be equal to 5 or greater than 5, okay, then only this button will be enabled, otherwise this button will be disabled, okay, guys. So let me explain you one more time, guys. What I did here, I use vbind attribute to bind disabled, okay, and now we have taken this v model value, which is new item dot length, and we are checking if this dot length, if new item dot length is less than 5, then this button will be disabled, otherwise this button will be enabled, okay. So now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page first. Put this button inside this only, inside this, save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page, okay. So now give class also, use btn secondary, okay. So save your code, go to the browser, okay. So as of now, guys, as you can see here, the button is disabled, okay, because we have not given something, we have not inserted something in the input box, okay. So let me type something in the input box first to show you how this button react when user is going to type something in the input box. So 1 2 3 4 and 5, okay. As soon as the string length is 5, the button is enabled now, okay. Let me just delete one. See, the button is disabled now. Let me just put one. See, the button is enabled now. Let me just delete it. The button is disabled now. As you can see, guys, Vue.js is very reactive, guys. Okay, very reactive. So that's why Vue.js is getting, so much hype, so much, intensity in the market. Okay, so trust me, guys. This is good channel to subscribe if you wanted to learn something, in Vue.js. If you wanted to become a master in Vue.js, please, guys, I'm requesting you all, please subscribe to this channel, Decode, guys. Okay, so let me just delete this from here. We don't need this, it's not looking cool. Okay, I just showed you just to explain you. Okay, so I have explained you. So save your code. Now refresh your page. Okay, type something, see, but the button is enabled. Delete, the button is disabled now. Okay, so now let's move forward and we will create some methods. Okay, I will make a separate video that what is method and how to create methods inside the Vue.js. Okay, so create a method now. So methods, so I'm gonna create first method, guys, save item. Okay, so what this method will do, guys, this method will do this dot items dot push. Okay, what to push, guys? We will push, id, we will give id and we will use this dot items dot length plus 1. Okay, as you all know, guys, array starts from 0. Okay, so array starts from 0, that's why I have given plus 1. So now it will start from 1 only. Okay, so I'm just referencing this item. Okay, this item, from here I'm referencing using this dot items dot length. Okay, so it is checking, guys, this array has some length. Okay, has some properties or some element inside the array. Okay, if it is, then it will add 1 plus 1 to that element and then it will display. Okay, and now I'm gonna put level also. What to put level, guys? As a level, what to put? We will use this dot this new item. Okay, so paste it here. What I'm doing here, guys, I'm creating a method. Okay, so method is the collections of functions. Okay, or you can say, guys, method is the collections of functions, or what can I say, method is the objects. Okay, objects of function or collections of function. Okay, so I'm gonna create here methods and the method name is save item. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm doing this dot items, this item dot push. Okay, so I am pushing something inside this array. As of now this array is empty, so I'm using this. I've already told you this reference to this item. Okay, the title, the item, the new item, the type. Okay, if you are referencing this dot item, I am referencing these items dot push. What to push, guys? I'm gonna push id as this dot item dot length plus 1. Okay, so I am just checking here if something is there in this array. If it is, then we will add plus 1, so it will start from 1, not from 0. Okay, as you all know, index starts from 0, so I am making it start 1. So this dot item dot length plus 1. Okay, so now it will start from 1 and I am gonna put level also. What to level, what to put as a level, guys? Okay, this dot new item. Okay, what to put as a level, guys? This dot new item, this new item. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy this method and I'm gonna use this method here. Okay, so I'm gonna use this method here at the rate click, at the rate click see anything after clicking this button. Okay, so let me just save this code, go to the browser and refresh the page. Okay, let me just type something, let me just click the button. Okay, we are not able to see anything because we are not getting the what is a user has been inserted or given in the input box. We are not grabbing it. Okay, so now we have to grab it also in order to show it here. So now I'm gonna create another div. Below this div, create another div, give it a class as empty top3, give width also 50% and give max or auto to center the div. Close this div first and I'm gonna create another div, give it a class as, okay, we will bind the class using some conditions. Okay, so that's why I have given here this colon. As you all know guys, this colon means we bind. Okay, this colon means guys we bind. Okay, this colon is the shorthand for we bind. Okay, so now let me write here we bind also, so that you can understand what I'm doing here. I will explain you guys each and everything. Just be here, okay, till last. So open this div and inside this div guys, I'm gonna use v4. Okay, I'm gonna use v4. So v4 v4 and equal to and double quotes, and we will write item in this item. Okay, in this items, because this is the array and we are inserting each and everything inside this array guys, whatever user is entering into this input field. Okay, so this is the array, so I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it here. So now we will get index also, so index. Okay, so now give role also as a alert, because I am gonna use alert here, alert box. Okay, and use colon key also, so the key will be item dot id. Okay, this id. Okay guys, I am talking about this id. Okay, so each and everything is being pushed inside this array, so I am referencing this id. Okay, item dot this id. Okay, so now I am gonna bind class based on the conditions dynamically. Okay, I am gonna use vbind and I'm gonna use class, okay, based on the conditions, based on the certain conditions given here. So I'm gonna do item dot, item dot id, item dot id percentage 2 equal to 0. Okay, so which means guys, it is checking if item dot id. Okay, so id, what will be id guys? Id will be 1 2 3 4 5 like this. Okay, so id will be guys, this id will be 1 2 3 4 5 because I have given here, okay, as a 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so it is checking guys, if the id is even, then it will print something. If the id is odd, then it will print something else. Okay, so I'm gonna use here ternary operator, so question mark, and I'm gonna use here bootstrap class alert and alert primary else alert warning. Okay, so now I'm gonna print this array here. So double curly braces, and I will give item dot id and double curly braces, and I will give item dot level. Okay, item dot level. So now guys, let me explain you one more time here what I am doing here guys. I am doing here, I am using v4 directive of the view.js, and I am talking about this item inside this items array. Okay, inside this items array I am gonna use this item, and I have also taken index here. Okay, item in items. Okay, and here we use colon key to bind item dot id. Okay, as of now we won't see this id much significance in this application, but later on, the more you will build complex application, the more you will build enterprise application, you will be able to see significance of this key, okay, inside your code, inside your application. Okay, so now I am checking here, I am using vbind attribute to bind class based on the conditions. It is checking if item.id is an even number, then it will print this class. This is the bootstrap predefined class guys. Okay, this is the bootstrap predefined class. Okay, and if it is checking if item.id is not equal to 0, which means this is not the even, so this will print this bootstrap class. Okay, and the class name is alert dash warning. Okay, so now save your code, go to the browser, and I am just printing it here guys, item.id and item.level. Okay, so I'm talking about this item. Okay, this item dot id, here id, and this item dot level, this level guys. Okay, so now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Okay, now type something and click on the button. See, we are getting it guys, we are getting it. As you can see guys, the index starts from 1. Okay, the index starts from 1, not from the 0, because we have given this dot items dot length plus 1. Okay, that's why it is starting from 1 and not from 0. So now as you can see guys, this is the warning class, because the id is 1 and it is an odd number. That's why we are able to get this alert warning class. Okay, so now let me just click on the button. See, we are getting as a Which class, guys? Alert dot primary, because 2 is an even number, so it will return 0, and if it is 0, then it will return this alert primary class. And if it is not 0, which means this is the odd number, so this will return alert warning. Okay, so go to the code again, put something. Okay, again, see, just see guys, the class is being changed based on the conditions. Okay, based on the conditions like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, press again. Okay, as of now guys, you can see I'm clicking the enter, I'm pressing the enter, and nothing is happening. Okay, nothing is happening, but see here in the example, let me press the enter. See, it is working. Let me press the enter, it is working also. And at the same time, this input field is also being empty. So here it is not being empty. Whenever I will click on the button, see, it is still here, okay, it is still here. So we have to empty also the input field. To do that, what we will do, this dot new item equal to empty string or blank. So now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Now put something. See, the input box is also being empty, the input field is also empty now. Click again. See, the input field is empty now. Click again. Okay, so now I am pressing the enter key guys. Okay, but nothing is happening. I am pressing the enter key, nothing is happening. As you can see here, let me put something and let me press the enter. See, it is being inserted, but here it is not being inserted. So now we will do something. What we will do, we will use this method on the input field also. Okay, so now we will use input field also, and what we will do, v dash on key up. Okay, dot enter equal to, so this enter guys, this enter is known as modifier. Okay, you can put anything guys, you can put here key code also. So 13 is the key code, so I can put 13 here also. Okay, so v on key up dot 13, which is the key code for enter, and on the enter of this we are gonna run this save function. Okay, so now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Let me just check what is happening. Okay, let me just give enter only, v on key up, and we are gonna run this function. Okay, so now go to the browser and refresh your page. We are getting some error guys. there is no error. Okay, yeah. Type this type equal to vbind type equal to type. Okay, and the type is text. So now put something, press the enter. See, it is working fine. See, it is working fine. It is working fine. So now we will implement this close function. Okay, this close function we will implement now. So first of all, let me just copy one thing from the example. So I'm gonna copy this button, guys. Okay, this button I'm gonna copy and paste it here. So paste it here. As you can see, guys, this is the button. Okay, and the class is close, and on we are gonna run this function. We will just create this function now. Okay, and the span tag is given times, which is the cross sign. Okay, so now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. Now put something. Okay, so now we are able to see here, but as of now nothing is being happened. Okay, because we have not defined the class close item. Okay, see, it is working fine, fully functional, no issue at all. Enter key is also working, and this button is also working, guys. Okay, let me press the enter. Okay, let me press the button now. See, everything is working fine. Now we are getting this cross sign also. Now whenever user will click on this cross sign, guys, they will remove item from the array. Okay, using its ID. Okay, what we will do, guys, whenever user will click on this like a cross sign or cut sign, then we will remove one item at a time from the array using splice method. Okay, and we will pass the ID of this ID of this ID of this ID of this and ID of this also. Okay, so now we will define the method. Which method, guys? Delete item. Okay, so now we will define this method delete item, and what we will do, we will splice one element from the array. Okay, so now we will define this dot items dot splice. Okay, what to splice, guys? We will splice its ID, and we will delete only one item from the array. Okay, so now we have to get this ID here also. So now what we are doing here, guys, we are just defining this delete item, and we are grabbing the ID. Okay, this ID, we are grabbing the ID, this ID, and this dot items dot splice with the ID, and how many elements, how many what can I say, items from this array we want to remove. Okay, how many items or how many elements we want to remove from this array items, just one, by using its ID. Okay, so now save your code, go to the browser and refresh your page. So now put something, click enter, put something, click enter, put something, press the button. Okay, it is working fine. working super fine, guys. Now let me just click on the cross sign. See, it is removing one item at a time from the array. Okay, guys, so now everything is working fine. See, enter is also working fine, and button click is also working fine. Okay, everything is working fine. Click on the cross sign now. See guys. Okay, click on the cross sign. It is removing one item from the array at a time by using its id. Okay, so what we are gonna do here, guys, we are just doing here, we are just getting the id. Okay, and we are just doing this dot item dot splice with its id and one item from the array at a time. Okay, so let me just explain you what is this splice, guys. So as you can see, guys, here, okay, the x dot splice minus 1 starts one element from the end of the x and delete a single element. Okay, whenever you will provide -1, guys, it will start deleting, it will remove element from the ending of the array. Okay, so now just let's go just here. See what is saying descriptions. Okay, splice method adds or removes an array element. Okay, and splice method override the original array. It is saying, guys, splice method adds or remove array element and splice method overrides the original array. Okay, this is the here also, guys, see, we are just removing one item from the array. Okay, one item from the array, and it is just modifying the existing array. See, one item is removed, and now there is only 3 items inside the items array. Inside this items array, guys, now there is only 3 items. Let me just click this one. Okay, it is removing one element from the top. Okay, it is removing one element from the top of the array, or from the starting of the array. Okay, so now click on the cross button, click here also, see, it is working super fine, guys. So I have explained you guys each and everything. If you still have doubt, if you still have confusion in your mind what I am doing here, okay, I'm just using vbind class, and I'm just checking item.id is even or odd. Okay, if it is even, we will print this class. This is the predefined bootstrap class, guys, alert primary. And if this item dot ampersand 2 equal to not even or odd number, then it will print this class. Okay, alert warning. Okay, so now I am using v4 item in items. Okay, and here I am using index also, and I am also given key colon key item dot id, and the role is alert. I'm just printing here item dot id and item dot label from this array. Which array, guys? This items array. Okay, and the id is this, and the label is this. Okay, id is what, guys? This dot items dot length plus 1. As you all know, array starts from 0. That's why I have given here this dot items dot length plus 1, because now it will start from 1, and the label is this dot new items. Okay, new items means what, guys? Whatever user is inserting from this input field, from this input box. Okay, which means this new item. Okay, so now I am deleting it using id. I am just deleting one item from the array using its id, this dot items, this array items dot splice, and I have given this id here, and I am just deleting one element from the starting of the array, from the beginning of the array. Okay, nothing fancy here. If you still have any doubts, any confusion in your mind, you are free to ask me in the comment section, guys. I will clear all your doubts, all your queries. Okay. So thank you guys. As you all know, we have come to the end of this tutorial, end of this video now. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have understood what I have explained here. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope guys you have watched this video thoroughly to the last, and then only guys you will be able to understand something, you will be able to get something from this video guys. Okay, so I'm hoping you have watched the entire video. Okay, don't skip anything, otherwise you will skip, you know, main part, main portion of this video, and you will be feel confusing, you will be feel, you know, like, you know, I'm not getting it. Trust me guys, this is really helpful to, you know, build understanding, to make, you know, enterprise application, to build, you know, vast application, to build complex application. You know, this is the very basic of v4 you know, directive in vue.js. Okay, so now we are using here v4 directive of vue.js. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you for, you know, subscribing to my YouTube channel Decode. And if you guys still, you know, have not subscribed to this channel guys, Decode, please guys, trust me, this is a good channel to subscribe, you know, to have you in your subscription list. So please guys, subscribe to this channel Decode, and please press the bell icon also. And if you have learned something in this video guys, give it a thumbs up, and please like all my videos, so that it will give me the confidence, it will give me the motivation to make awesome videos on each and every topic of web development and web designing. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. Till then, take care, bye bye guys, see you in the next video.